When people saw Joseph seated beside Pharaoh, clothed in fine linen, wearing a gold chain, and ruling over Egypt, they saw only the glory, the magnificence. They could see only the palace, the authority, the splendor, and the honor. But they did not know the story of rejection, betrayal, false accusations, sufferings, and disappointments behind it. Joseph's remarkable story is powerfully told in Genesis 37-50. Joseph's story began with dreams from God, but those dreams only made him the target of jealousy. Then, in the process of time, his own brothers stripped him of his special robe given by their father, threw him into a pit, and sold him as a slave into Egypt. And in Egypt, Joseph faithfully served in the house of a royal officer, Potiphar. There, another trial came. He was falsely accused by Potiphar's wife and thrown into prison for a crime he never committed. Talk of tests of life? Joseph had his fair share. Thankfully, his story didn't end there. That's why we can talk about him even today. Your story will not end in frustration because God has a plan for you. Amen. It is written, "For I know the thoughts that I think toward you, saith the Lord, thoughts of peace, and not of evil, to give you an expected end." Jeremiah 29 verse 11. And even in prison, Joseph remained faithful to God. Which is why, no matter what happens, never abandon being good. It pays in the long run. He interpreted dreams for 2 of Pharaoh's officials, yet the one who promised to remember him forgot him for 2 more years. However, at God's appointed time, Pharaoh had troubling dreams that no one could explain. Then Joseph was finally remembered, brought from the prison, and empowered by God to interpret those dreams and propose a plan to save Egypt from famine. So, in a single day, Joseph was lifted from the prison cell to the palace. And Pharaoh made him governor over all Egypt, second only to himself. This glory was magnificent, but it rested on long years of betrayal, hardship, patience, integrity, and unwavering trust in God. This is a common pattern in the scriptures even as it is recorded in Psalm 66 verses 10-12. For thou, O God, hast proved us, thou hast tried us, as silver is tried. Thou broughtest us into the net, thou laidst affliction upon our loins. Thou hast caused men to ride over our heads, we went through fire and through water, but thou broughtest us out into a wealthy place. Remarkable. Joseph himself later declared to his brothers, "You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good." Genesis 50 verse 20. The lesson is very clear, every crown has a cross behind it. Every testimony has a test behind it. Every victory has a battle behind it. And behind every God-given glory, there is a story that reveals God's faithfulness through life's trials and hard experiences. That is why you should never envy another person's success without remembering that you may not know the price they paid or the sufferings God took them through to prepare them for it. Your own story will end in glory too. Amen. Note, however, that Joseph obeyed God's will as much as he knew. God's will for you extends from life here on earth to eternity beyond here. If you are not saved, you are not safe. Repenting and believing in Jesus is God's will for you, if you haven't done so already. John 3 verse 16. Do you have any questions? Ask in the comments, please. You will testify. Amen.